Well, new this morning, police find a man shot to death inside a downtown apartment.
34-year-old Omar Richardson. When San Antonio police arrived, they found a blood trail which led to Richardson. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
Like, come on, bro, take me with you, bro. I can make it to the hospital. Yo, I about to fry right here, and if they come save you, then they come save you. If not, then yo, I toasted. You're gone.
Y'all niggas had y'all turn. Now it's my turn to pop shit. Last nigga reach for this shit. He can't walk no more.
I mean, are you at all concerned that his people are gonna try to come back?
They for sure might do what they do, but I'm gonna get active. That's all it is. They're not like that for real. They broke.
Developing story right now out of the River Oaks area.
The man gunned down in River Oaks last night has now been identified.
The victim is a rapper who goes by BTB Savage.
Two men in a black Subaru started firing at the victim's vehicle.
I can tell you there was a number of shots fired.
The victim's white Mercedes was riddled with bullet holes. Nothing was stolen. This seemed personal.
BTB Savage, he went from most of y'all not knowing his name to him going viral for the entirely wrong reasons. It was almost impossible to escape this story a few weeks ago, but by now y'all probably got a gist of what happened. Everyone's seen these photos. BTB Savage in his apartment, where we see bullet holes going through the door, blood everywhere, and in the center of everything, we see BTB Savage flexing his babe shirt, designer shoes, and a watch. It went viral off rip, trending on Twitter, and this post had people up in arms. They were completely shocked. We're used to rappers dissing the dead, saying they smoking on ops, dissing people in songs or on social media. Shit, we even had people go to the ops' graves as disrespect. But this, we've never seen this in hip-hop before. He's the first rapper to post in his dead ops' blood. And what made this story go even more viral is that Savage was killed within hours of posting these. He tried to jumpstart his rap career with a murder and got murdered. It went from Savage taunting them, then within 2 hours, his ops taunted him right back. BTB Savage got killed in broad daylight in one of the richest parts of Houston. Reports said there were up to 72 shell casings found on the scene. Savage's ops wanted him bad, and it's no question where this hit came from. At first it was just speculation. People seen the pic Savage posted and thought his death might be correlated, but police confirmed this suspicion. They've already arrested the man responsible, a 40-year-old named Montreal Burley, who's also a rapper that goes by the name Versus 600. And if we look through his songs, he has a whole song dedicated to the man that died in Savage's apartment. Shit's crazy, but we still not even breaking the surface. This story gets even wilder. After Savage passed, we seen his people pull up to Houston trying to slide for him. We also seen his mom saying he was set up, and we even seen one of Savage's friends saying the ops tried to spare Savage, telling him leave the situation offline and it won't be an issue. We gonna get to this and much more in this video, but we need to start this story from the top, going back 2 months to February 2023, and starting off with the home invasion that began this whole chain of events. By now y'all probably know this part of the story, so I'm gonna try to zoom through it. BTB Savage was a scam rapper. He was having a little buzz around the city, and another local rapper hit him up for a feature. Now we don't know this local rapper's stage name, but according to Savage's mom, his real name is Ishmael. So Ishmael keeps hitting Savage up for the feature, and one day Savage is finally like, let's do it. He tells Ish to come to his crib, which turned out to be the worst decision he ever made. He trusted Ishmael. He seen him around the city and felt comfortable inviting him. In Savage's head, Ishmael was gonna come by real quick, paying for the feature, and that was gonna be it. Savage was just trying to make some quick cash, but Ishmael had no plans of doing music. He seen Savage flexing online, thought he was an easy target, and was just using the feature as a ploy to rob him. Ishmael thought he was gonna make some quick cash too, except things didn't go as planned. So yeah, Ishmael pulled up to Savage's crib, bringing his uncle with him, a man named Omar Richardson, aka Stu Wop, aka the man whose blood BTB Savage would later post in. You know what I'm saying? But this is before things went south. At this point, they're all in Savage's apartment. It's Ishmael, Omar, Savage, and Savage's son and girl are in the other room. A few minutes of this goes by, then Ish and Omar start enacting their master plan. Ishmael like, yo, I forgot something in the car, I'ma go down and grab it. So Ish exits the apartment, leaving Omar and Savage in the living room. They start talking about jewelry, Savage looks down at his chain, and this one Omar ups the pole on him.
I'm like, nah, you got me f***ed up, bro. What the hell you got going? I was like, bro, you dead ass serious right now? And he was like, I'll shoot your run that. I was like, bro, all right, bro. I started taking off my chain. He reached for the chain and he took the gun off me. Right there, I hit him with, like both of his arms under my armpit, like this.
Savage's military training was kicking in. He had Omar's arms locked under his and he fell back, forcing Omar to drop the gun. At this point, they both on the ground trying to wrestle the guns away from each other. Savage starts calling for his girl to come shoot this nigga. He swings his hip under Omar, then his girl comes, shooting Omar twice in his back. Now this is when Omar's adrenaline kicks in. They start wrestling even more, and Omar ends up getting control of the gun, aiming it at Savage's girl.
aiming at her head, trying to put the beam. So I'm grabbing his arm, like he really trying to aim and shoot at her face. Like he put the beam on her head. And I'm like, run, bitch, run. Like, move out the way. And then she take off running. He fired 3 times. Boom, boom, boom.
Luckily, Omar missed, but Savage wasn't in the clear yet. This is where Ishmael comes back, bringing even more people with him. They're outside of Savage's door, trying to kick it down to save Omar. Then they start letting off shots through the door. Bullets were flying everywhere. Savage gotta worry about wrestling Omar and not getting shot. But this is where we see Savage's girl start busting back at Ishmael, letting off shots from inside the apartment. At this point, they're having a full-blown shootout. Shots are coming from both sides of the door. But Ishmael and his people retreat soon after, leaving Omar to fend for himself. Savage noticed the shooting from outside stopped and tells his girl to come shoot Omar again. She comes back, letting off another shot, except this time, she accidentally shoots BTB Savage in the arm. Now Savage and Omar are both shot, and they're still both on the ground wrestling for the guns. But Savage's girl lets off one final shot, this time hitting Omar in the chest. Omar tries to struggle for a bit longer, but he got shot 3 times, it's over. BTB Savage packs up and heads to the hospital, leaving Omar. And when police arrived on the scene, they followed a trail of blood, finding Omar deceased in the apartment. But BTB Savage was celebrating. He fought for his life and won. He was posting videos of himself dancing from the hospital. He was ecstatic. But Savage eventually left the hospital and headed back to his apartment. This is when he took those infamous photos. He didn't post these immediately though. He waited almost 2 months before posting them. But he did take to his story with a message. He posted a picture of the crime scene with the caption, "Fear no man but God." Savage felt like the man. He came out of this situation on top. But on the other hand, we still had Omar's family grieving. His daughter took to Facebook telling people keep Omar in their prayers. We seen people make posters for Omar. We have videos of the funeral service, and we seen a rapper named Versus 600 come out with the whole song dedicated to Omar. Omar's people were grieving, regardless of the fact that Omar was the one in the wrong. He tried to rob BTB Savage at his home while his girl and son were there. All Savage did was protect his family. Even Omar's people knew he was in the wrong, and according to one of BTB Savage's friends, Omar's people told Savage that they weren't going to retaliate as long as he didn't taunt them about the situation. After Savage died, his friend posted saying, "Omar's hood tried to spare bruh. They told him just take the win and not to post about it or do the blog shit." But Savage felt like if they would have took his chain that night, they would have been on IG flexing it. So he got to get on IG and flex the body. This information came from rapper Junie Knox, who Savage dropped a song with just a few days before he passed. Junie was supposed to be with Savage the day it happened, and he dropped a whole tribute song to Savage afterwards. If anyone would know what's going on, it's him. But Junie also said he was behind the scenes, telling Savage that taunting them wasn't the way to go, and that he was going about this whole situation wrong. But Junie's message flew over Savage's head, and shortly after Omar's death, we could see the dissing begin. Savage felt like they tried to violate him, so he had every right to diss them. About 2 weeks after this home invasion, Savage dropped a brand new song titled My Turn. He used the news report about Omar's death as the intro, and we will see him drop subliminals throughout the song. About a month after the song dropped, Savage gets approached by Vlad TV for an interview about this whole situation. At first, Savage is hesitant. His family was telling him not to do it and to just leave the whole situation alone. His friends were telling him it was a bad idea since Omar's people already gave him a warning. But regardless of all that, Savage still did the interview. He pulled up to Vlad TV, and this nigga Vlad didn't waste no time. He didn't ask Savage about his music, his background, nothing. Vlad said, "Nigga, sit right here, explain how you caught this body, then leave." And in this interview, we can see Savage taunt his ops even more. He called Omar all type of bitch ass niggas, he called him soft, said he was happy he died, and he also dissed Omar's people, saying they left Omar for dead. Savage said he was gonna stay in the city cause they not like that, and that it would smoke with him forever. Then he topped everything off by saying this.
While I walked by, he grabbed my foot. He like, "Come on, bro, take me with you, bro. I can make it to the hospital." "Oh, bro, my bad. Come on, bro, I got kids too, bro. Let me make it home, and I'm about to give a fuck about you." I was like, "I hope you die." I was like, he got it. He had to go. He had to die.
Omar's people tried to give Savage a pass. They knew Omar was the one in the wrong, but the way BTB Savage was taunting them changed everything. He was popping his shit in his Vlad interview. He mimicked Omar's last moments and said Omar's people not even like that. According to Savage's mom, this is where the threats began. She said Omar's people were threatening Savage, saying that they were going to do something to his family, and that they were going to make Savage's mama cry the same way that they were crying. Savage kept dissing though. This Vlad interview was getting traction, and Savage was trying to milk all the clout he could off this situation. A few days after this interview dropped, Savage finally posted those pictures. First, he added a pic to his story. Then he took to his Instagram feed to post even more pictures, captioning them, "Fast forward a nigga death day, make him meet his maker. Broke nigga beefing, make his mama post a fundraiser." He didn't just stop at Instagram though. He posted these on Twitter too, where we seen these photos really go viral. People were shocked that anyone would take a photo like this. The pictures kept gaining more and more traction. Then just hours later, BTB Savage is gunned down. Like I said earlier, whoever did it wanted him bad. They killed him broad daylight in one of the richest parts of Houston. A black Subaru boxes Mercedes-Benz in that began to open fire, with as many as 72 rounds being found on the scene. When officers arrived, they immediately determined the shooting was targeted. But the craziest part about all of this is that the shooting came right after him posting these photos. He posted them at 5:04 p.m., then got killed at 6:10. People were already talking about BTB Savage because of these pictures, but him being killed right after made the story even bigger. It sparked a whole lot of memes on Twitter. People were wondering how his ops found him so quick. They said his ops wasted no time. Someone else said he got Amazon primed angel wings. It was looking like his ops seen this post and suited up instantly. But based on what we know now, this isn't how it went down. The person police say is responsible is a 40-year-old man named Montreal Burley, who we actually talked about earlier in this video. He's the one who dropped that song dedicated to Omar Richardson, and police say he was plotting days before Savage posted those pictures. He started devising his plan to kill Savage the day that Vlad TV interview dropped. He seen this interview and started scheming instantly. Just a few days after it got posted, he rented that Subaru used in the murder. Then him and another suspect drove down from San Antonio to Houston, where BTB Savage was staying. They got to Houston, swapped the rental's place with the stolen cars, then slid on BTB Savage.
Developing story right now out of the River Oaks area. Police say a man was shot and killed in what they believe was a targeted attack.
The victim's white Mercedes was riddled with bullet holes. Two men in all black in a vehicle boxed the victim's car in, fired at him, and took off. The rapper, who has a 4-year-old son, was dead at the scene.
He was outside of Savage's apartment for hours waiting to catch him, and eventually he did. He saw Savage's car and immediately started following it. It was go time. He started spraying at Savage's car, riddling it with bullets. Then him and the other suspects zoomed right back to San Antonio. Montreal thought his master plan worked, but police had a search warrant for his rental the very next morning. They brought Montreal straight to jail and instantly started questioning him about the murder. He responded saying he wasn't even in the car when it happened, and police ultimately had to let him go. They didn't have enough evidence to charge him at the time. Montreal was a free man for a few weeks, but police got some more evidence and brought his ass right back to jail. Now Montreal allegedly the one who did it, but he's not the only one that wanted Savage dead. All of Omar's people were celebrating when they heard the news, and they didn't waste no time before dissing Savage. We seen his ops post footage from the crime scene where we see Savage stretched out next to his Mercedes. A rapper named BJ Goddamn took to his story, clowning BTB Savage. He posted up Savage's Vlad interview with laughing emojis. He posted up a funeral edit with Savage's face on it, and he reposted Savage's baby mama as extra disrespect. He took his Instagram feed with the caption, "Hey, someone tag Vlad TV ASAP and tell his ass BJ Goddamn, trying to see when he gonna do another interview with BTB Savage. Probably never again, doggy." He posted this with laughing and smoke emojis. Then he tagged Vlad TV and said, "My turn." Another rapper named Big Homie Scotty came out dissing BTB Savage too. He posted saying no more interviews for him. He said where all the meat riders at now. Then posted a screenshot from BTB Savage's interview with his face scribbled out. And he topped it off by posting that same funeral edit as BJ Goddamn. Another affiliate posted themselves with a stack of cash and a BTB Savage song playing in the background. And someone else went on Facebook writing Bank of America sent that hit and that they gonna have a party tonight with a whole bunch of laughing emojis. But some of Savage's people came out responding to these disses. We seen one of Savage's friends dissing Omar. He posted with the caption, "Guess who I'm rolling up?" and said go pick your uncle up. He also posted he was on the way to Houston to slide for Savage and said, "I'm spinning. I ain't doing no more talking. This is my last post. New op pack on the way." Another one of Savage's friends came out responding too, but he took a different approach. Y'all remember Junie Knox? He's the one who said the ops was trying to spare BTB Savage. Well, he came out saying that everyone's looking at him to slide, but he can't. He got 9 kids and he knows when something's over. He said he refuses to let anyone play him out of his position because he takes care of too many. He said Savage was trying to get his story out, but in reality, not all stories are meant to be told. He said with how Savage was moving, they all knew this day would come. And Junie also dropped a song dedicated to him, where he said this.
Told him later statement, he ain't listen to it, dawg. I gave you a million invitations, you ain't cold. I can't even finish situation, you were wrong. Oh no, bro, you going wrong about the heat.
We also seen Savage's girl responding to this whole situation on Twitter. She said, "People need to stop with all the false narratives. How can you say a man who protected his family in self-defense deserves to die?" And she told people stop speaking on things they have no business speaking on. But finally, Savage's mom came out speaking on the situation. She did an interview where she says that she told Savage not to taunt Omar's people and to just leave the whole situation offline. She said a lot of things in this interview, but the most important thing she said is that Savage believed he was being set up. She claims Savage's friends were texting his killers the whole time, giving them descriptions of what he was wearing and the car he was driving. She says she told Savage head to the airport and come stay with her, but he died before he got the chance. This isn't it though. She also claims that Savage's friends robbed him after he died. She says they took chains, clothes, and money. And a few days after this, she posted a picture of Savage's producer, saying that's the man who robbed him. There's a whole lot going on surrounding this situation, but with this story being so viral and the FBI being on this case, we should be able to get the truth soon. From exactly who did it, to why they did it, to whether or not Savage was set up. It's a sad situation all around, but I feel like it's not as black and white as people are making it out to be. The initial reaction was to clown Savage and say he had it coming, but Omar did come to his house trying to rob him. Then when that didn't work out, he tried to shoot Savage and his girl with Savage's son in the house. Don't get me wrong, Savage did instigate it, but he should have never been in that position in the first place. But I don't know, let me know if y'all think Savage is in the wrong, and let me know if y'all think Vlad has some blame in this situation. Answer those questions or get anything else off your chest in the comments below. But that's it for this video. I'm MoSlidez and I'm out.